welcome to my channel. I'm Athena. This is my channel, Stitching Goddess Designs. This is John Cross Stitch and Harry Potter. My pillows are weird. Of course, right? As soon as you push record, everything's got to be adjusted, right? Right. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 2 weeks. I feel like there's so much to talk about, but also like too much to talk about, which is really solidifying my like weekly things, because like I'm trying to walk around the house to gather things and I'm like, you know what, it's too much. I can't. I'm freaking out. I acquired quite a bit of magical haul from my friend who was downsizing, moving, and just rethinking their Harry Potter stash. So I acquired a lot of magical haul. I'm going to, I don't even have it all unpacked yet. So I'm going to sprinkle that throughout the weeks to come. I don't have literally any of it over here to show because it's still like not packed. I'm still in recovery from last weekend. I should say last week, because I left last Monday. Yeah, I left last Monday. I did not get home until Sunday, so I was gone for a week. And it was so much fun. Spoons filled. I mean, spoons depleted, cups filled. Does that make sense? Spoons is like an energy, you know, like I did expel a lot of energy. Not so much the socializing, but oh my gosh, did we have so much fun. There was lots of games and dressing up and just so much fun. What else? It was all close friends that were there and Harry Potter themed. So it was absolutely amazing. I mean, normally like life stuff, whatever, I save it till the end, but like I feel like I'm just gonna pop it in here. I'm going to put up some pictures. I'll lean over here because I'll cycle them through. We had dress up like Umbridge. We had diamond painting. We did little coasters, which I didn't even bring a coaster over here to show you guys. I'm even a day late and I still did not have the spoons to organize to talk to y'all. We did coin stamping. I got little gold coins, and I have my stamp kit that I got from a Pinterest thing, and we did coin stamping. I'm trying to think, like, there's so much that we did. We did multiple puzzles. We invented a new puzzle game. Some not so happy about the game. Others loved it. I loved it. There's a bell that Melina has at her house, and it's just a, you know, like one of those ones that sits on the counter at a hotel or whatever, and ding. Once you found a piece in the puzzle, ding the bell. And for me, it was like, oh, a celebration, I found a piece. But for others, it was like, oh my God, I have to find the piece. I have to find the piece faster than them so I can ding the bell faster than them. I'm like, no, it's not a race. It's a celebration. But it was amazing fun. Dinging the bell every time you found a piece. And then like if you found like connected a good section, or even when we finished the puzzle, it was like ding, 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 ding. That was fun. Watched all the Harry Potter movies. Harry Potter trivia throughout the weekend. Played a unicorn game, which we never did get back to playing it again, which was sad because I really did like that game. I don't know, so many things. Minute to Win It games, which I won't put the videos on here, but oh my God, they are hilarious. But also embarrassing. So We did the one where you like tie a tissue box around your waist, and then you put the ping pong balls in there, and you got to try to shake them out. That was fun. Yeah, it was just, we had butterbeer. We had, I made pumpkin pasties and chocolate pasties, and it was definitely a trial and error situation, and I think they really did taste good. That sounds horrible, but I think that they would have been better with pie crust instead of puff pastry, because we used puff pastry. And I think it would have been better with pie crust. And then we made sorting hat cupcakes, and everybody had a cupcake when we first got there, and they had their sortings, and yeah, it was just so much fun. I could talk and talk and talk and talk, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of work went into it. Melina and myself hosted, even though it was at Melina's house. Like, we co-hosted, we had all the games planned and prizes and things sprinkled out throughout the weekend, and activities and all the things. And then, I mean, in between everything, stitching. Of course, you gotta stitch. And so we set up like a little mini retreat in the living room. Everybody had their spots and brought their stands and everything, and it was so much fun. And the one thing I do have in front of me is I did get a little Connie from Melina's mom, Count Twice Stitch Once, made needle books for everybody, and perfectly laid out and cut everybody's. She did their houses. She got the fabric. She did the houses, and like perfect little on the front, you know, the back, and then you untie it, and it's a little needle book. So she even put some needles in there. There's a pocket here. There's 2 pages for your needles, and another pocket here, and it's just like, thank you so much, Connie. Thank you so much. One other thing I wanted to say, and I'll put the picture here too. The amount of snacks that we purchased, y'all. We probably didn't even consume a quarter of it, but while Melina and I were shopping, it was just like, ooh, some of this and some of this and some of this, some of this, one of these, 2 of those. So much food. Unnecessary, completely unnecessary, but it was good. Okay, the only stitching that I did, the only whip that I touched the entire weekend was when I was packing. I was packing so much stuff and like responsible for bringing so many things. My eyes are watering. When it came down to what am I going to stitch, my brain, no. So I just literally grabbed a stash bag, threw it in the car, and whatever was in there, I was like, I'll find something to work on. If it's a whip, which was full of whips, I should want to work on it, right? Right. So in going through the bag, this is the one I grabbed to work on. This is a new start from this year. I think back in February, and yes, because it's my long dog leap day start. I literally had like maybe 20 stitches in this top corner, and that was it. So it was good to get it out and work on it. In fact, it's even still in the Q-snap, but let me orient this the right way. Yes, I've got it right. Here is where it is. I am stitching this in Ymir's Silks in Midnight Fern colorway. And in the border, you can see I'm just 1X at a time going down. Same here, same across here. But then when I came down here, I started blending it and mixing it. This will be an elephant, and I don't know how well you can tell, but like his trunk is up here, tusk, his ear needs to be filled in. I ran out. His feet right here, tail. elephant. And I think that I might do some more blending type, maybe go half this way, half that way. Stitching, it's like death by cross stitch, right? So stitching it in all the different directions and different techniques and different things, to see and play with the variegated floss and see what it does. So that's a good official start now, because I literally had like to right here in, and it was, the floss was even hanging. Like I just did that little bit, doop, doop, right there. So I did all the rest of that throughout the weekend. And that's it. That's all the stitching I did while I was there. When I came home, I did have a little bit of stitching time. I have trying to focus most of my energy on getting shirts done and shirts out the door. I am in the middle of shipping out Olympic shirts and orders that have come through in July. So if you're still waiting on your Olympic shirt, that's coming. I hope to get more out today. And thank you to everybody that has ordered. I'm so excited. We're going to talk Olympic stitching in a little bit and the plans that I have made for that too. So I'm excited for that. But when I got home, this is what I pulled out. I never did stitch June. So I'm behind because it's now mid-July. So I'm behind. But that's okay. I have divided this into 12 parts so that it's a start and finish for the year of 2024. I started it at the beginning of 2024 and I will finish it at the end. So I stitched in this motif. It was like 600-ish stitches for this. It was really fun. It was it felt like a really quick stitch. And then, oh my gosh, I still even have the needle poking through. Cool. Started stitching the M and literally was like, done. Clearly. In the middle of stitching was like, and I'm done. I think we're officially in the red days. We are officially in the red days. This last month, though, has felt like an entire month of red. Like, I don't ever feel like I got the green. I never got the good energy and all the things. I don't know if it's the heat. A lot of people have said, like, you know, the summer months are a lot harder with MS. But I mean, I'm inside, I'm in the air conditioning. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but regardless, it wasn't a good energy filled month. I never really got my green days and I'm sad about that. I felt like every day I was pushing, every single day I've been pushing. So, and as of late, I'm spending around 14-ish hours in bed a day, which I absolutely hate. And it feels embarrassing to admit almost. But the fatigue has just been so high. And I will continue to be and always be 100% with you guys and always my true self. So it's hard to realize that I'm only getting like 10-ish hours out of the bed and the other 14 are laying in the bed. Not necessarily sleeping either, but you know, some of it sleeping, some of it just, I can't be upright and I have to lay down. So, yeah, it's been a rough month. Infusion is next Wednesday, Thursday. Let's see. Hold please. Yeah, it's exactly a week from today. So yeah, today is starting the red days. But like I've said, it's been red. What was I gonna say? Infusion is next week, and I don't know, fingers crossed that after this infusion I start getting some relief. I don't know. I do have a vacation planned with my husband the beginning of August, so I really do hope to have some amount of spoons so that I can enjoy vacation. Yeah. I mean, one of these days this last week when I was supposed to be up and enjoying my time with my friends and seizing every moment of in-person time with my friends, I slept until 1:30. I was not happy about that. But it is what it is. Some days are better than others. That's just how we roll. And on the MS trend of talk here, my friend Stacy, Thread the Needle Stitchery, sent me a link for a podcast that's being hosted by Christina Applegate and Jamie Lynn Siegler. I can't remember. Jamie Lynn something like. They're both actresses. Jamie Lynn Siegler, I'm gonna go with Siegler, was on The Sopranos, which I never really watched, so I don't really know her as an actress. And she's been on a lot of other things too, but and then Christina Applegate, she's just everywhere. You should know Christina Applegate. Both have MS, and they're doing a podcast talking about it, and I have been listening to that, and just hearing more people candidly talking about MS and what it's doing to them and how it's affecting their day-to-day life is just, it's really validating to hear it. And I think it even more so when you're talking about, you know, Christina Applegate, like a workaholic, actress, somebody who is just so much in the public, and talking about that she spends days and days on end, weeks in bed, not getting out of bed, not doing anything. So it's not just me. And it's validating to know that. Okay. That took a turn. I don't know why, but that's all. Okay, that's all the stitching I've done. And clearly my brain is brain fogging all over the place because I'm just taking leaps everywhere. But let's go into Would You Rather. Our Would You Rather last week was drop a crystal ball on a Death Eater's head or use that crystal ball to tell the future. And y'all did not disappoint. There's some good comments in here. I just dropped everything on the floor. Okay. There's some great replies in here. The Quilt Junkie, Jenny, your crystal ball logic is the only thing that makes sense, so I'm with you 100. My logic was to use the crystal ball, see the future, see that the Death Eaters were coming, make plans accordingly, and avoid the entire situation. So I don't have to drop it on the Death Eater's head. Sue Gonzalez says, I would rather throw the crystal orb, but in all honesty, would probably land on my foot. Sue's very accident prone and knows it. The Apothecary Stitcher, Christine, I will use that crystal ball to see the future. The future may still change, but hopefully it will still protect us from that Death Eater. The Redneck Bifocal Stitcher, I'm going to read this comment start to finish because it is just amazing. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to read it to you exactly as she wrote it because your comments bring me so much joy. So much joy, Sarah. Okay, here we go. I'd rather use the crystal ball to tell the future. It makes more sense because there's no indication of the distance from which you're dropping the crystal ball, whether the trajectory and landing will be effective, and if the size of said crystal ball and its velocity is going to be enough to kill, or if it's only intended to maim or seriously injure. Plus, is it only a one-time use? Yeah, I'd rather know some things from the future. The thought process that went into that was just chef's kiss. I love it. Love it so much. Whitney. Gosh, I hope it's Whitney. Graham. W. Graham. And I do this every single time. I would definitely use the crystal ball to throw at the Death Eater. There isn't a future if you're killed by the Death Eater. Yeah. So Lynn, X Stitches Creates, says, I'd rather use the crystal ball for telling the future. That way you can be better prepared. Though, if the Death Eater is right there and that's the only weapon at hand, they'll definitely get it in their face. Not drop it on their head, they're getting it in their face. Lynn, coming at you. M80 Watson. Oh, how fabulous it would be to have a crystal ball and tell the future. You would know those Death Eaters were coming and plan to get rid of them, or plan a way to get rid of them. For sure. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Liz, from Stitched by Liz, says she missed last week's Would You Rather. She's behind. That's fine. But, I mean, I'm so far behind, it's ridiculous. As an Aussie, everyone choosing the platypus because they're cute is hilarious. Platypuses, only the males, have venom in their spurs that's similar to snake venom, not lethal to humans, but epically painful. I was cracking up at that. Liz is just like, oh, you poor sweet summer American children. Sam says, would you rather drop a crystal ball on the Death Eater's head? And then she commented, the scene of the Death Eater becoming a baby head, and then back to a normal, and then back to a baby will forever be burned into my memory. It's definitely a book scene. And yeah, that scene was hilarious. And that's it. Jeremy, I hope you're okay. Because I did know that there was no comment from you, and I was like, oh, where's Jeremy? Hopefully you're out enjoying a vacation and ignoring Flosstube, and not like sick or anything. Please, I hope you're okay. Okay. So then we're going to go to this week's Would You Rather, and we're going to do from this book, Would You Rather, and let's see, what have we done? We've done that one, we've done that one, we've done that one. We're changing the page, y'all. Okay. Work as a rodeo clown or as a lion tamer at the circus. I'm going to leave this in here and I'm going to let y'all comment, but 100%, I don't love either of those because both of those are like animal cruelty type situations, which, I mean, I feel like that's pretty much why circuses are done with and not really a thing anymore. I mean, I know the rodeo is still a thing, and I feel like, I mean, rodeo clowns are a way to distract. I feel like they're supposed to be a way to distract the bull from the what do we call those, matadors? If the matador's like trying to get out or whatever. But I don't love the whole matador bull situation. Like, we're just gonna make this bull super mad, put it in a ring, and hopefully it doesn't kill anybody. And this is a deep would you rather. And a lion tamer at a circus, like, let the lion go live in the wild where it wants to live. We don't have to make it stand up on a pedestal and do tricks for us. Jump through hoops of fire. That's what I'm picturing. I will say 100%, I'm not against zoos, even though there are some definitely some zoos that are horrible, and the whole regulation of zoos and everything should definitely be a thing. But I do think that it brings animals into places where they wouldn't otherwise be, and allows children and adults to go and learn about the animals and see the animals, especially for people that, you know, can't afford to travel and go see them in their natural habitats and all the things. And I do feel like good zoos are definitely taking care of the animals. They are enriching the animals. They are doing everything they can to provide the animals a good, healthy environment. They're not just sticking them in a cage, transporting them from city to city, and making them perform tricks like a circus would do. So I'm going to take this as face value as it's supposed to be meant. Would you rather be facing down a bull or taming a lion? Gosh, I can't even answer this question. I guess I would be working. Let's do it this way. Would you rather be working with a bull or a lion? Let me retrain my brain here. I would probably rather work with a lion. I feel like bulls, cows, they're like big puppies, right? And a lion is just a big kitty cat, and I love kitty cats. And have you all seen the videos of like people who actually like work with these animals and like live in like animal sanctuary refuge type areas, and they get to go around and boop these lions on the noses? I want to boop a lion's nose, a tiger's nose. I'm gonna go with a lion. Woo! That's a deep would you rather. That was probably not the intention of what they thought was going to happen with that when they wrote that one. Okay, let's take a break from the deep. Here's my planner. It almost just fell. And I have filled in, just last night, all of the Olympic prompts and the days that they are on. So, starting next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, on the 26th, is the opening ceremony. This whole thing is being brought to you by the Naptime Stitcher. Here is her graphic. For the Summer Olympics Stitching Challenge, use the hashtag and all the things, hashtag, and post on Instagram what you're working on, what you like, how it fits the prompt, whatever. There's no rules, there's no prizes involved, so there's no like there's no strictness to this. However you can make it work, make it work. So the opening ceremony is supposed to be a new start or something that you have recently started. Work on a new start or something you've recently started. I am going to start the SAL that I purchased by the Tiny Modernist. It's the Haunted Cuckoo Clock. I believe that's what it's called. And we have so far gotten the first piece, and it's the center, and it's a face and the clock center part. So I have the fabric. I will be starting that as a center start. I'll be starting that for the opening series. Opening ceremony, I mean. Then the Saturday is the Parade of Nations. Work on something patriotic for any country. I have my Lizzie Kate I forgot the whole monthly series that's called something that I can't remember. Literally, did you guys just watch my brain fry in real time? It was like somebody pushed a pause button. I'm leaving it in there. Okay. My Lizzie Kate, July monthly one. That's what I'm going to work on. Did I skip over May and June? I sure did. I sure did. But stay tuned, because work on something for Sunday for the Summer Olympics. Work on something that is summer related. Lizzie Kate's June. Okay, so then we have to the 1st. No, the 29th. Sorry, it's just my thing changed months. The 29th is the Olympic rings, so work on something with the colors blue, yellow, black, green, or red. It doesn't have to be all of those colors, just work on something with those colors. June, Lizzie Kate's June, also does have a lot of those colors. The next one is swimming, so work on something with water. June has that as well. So that's 3 days of June. Hopefully there's enough in all three. There's enough stitching to do all 3 days. I don't know. They don't normally take me 3 days, so we'll see. If not, I will, if I end up finishing it early, I'll reroute, I'll rethink on the fly, and I will probably switch over to the other Heart and Hand series. It's probably something summer related in there, and or water. Wednesday is cycling, something round. July, literally, I'm stretching for this, but the J has a dot that you stitch above, like it's a whole stitched dot. So it's round. It's not just like back stitching or whatever. It'll work. The next day is the 1st, is the marathon, work on your oldest whip. That's Mario through the ages, so I'll get Mario out. Friday, the 2nd, is beach volleyball, so work on something with 2 or more people. And I'm going to work on Harry 1, year 1. It's got all the people in it. The 3rd is rowing, stitch on something with a row of something or a border. July has a border, and that will be day 3 of July as well. If I have to reroute, everything has a border. Next is Olympic Village, something with a house or a building, Spooky Hollow. Next is gymnastics, work on something with your fave choreographer or designer. Universal Monsters, Witchy Stitcher, of course. Equestrian is the next day, so work on something with an animal. I have 100 owls. And then on the 7th is synchronized swimming, part of a SAL, 100 owls, so I can work on it 2 days in a row. Thursday is weightlifting, something you are eager to work on, Death by Cross Stitch. Really it's anything, but Death by Cross Stitch is what I chose. Friday the 9th is soccer, work toward your goal. Work on something that's working toward a goal. All of these are goals. The goal is to finish all of them. But Grimm's Fairy Tales is supposed to be a finish this year. So, Grimm's it is. The next day is Modern Pentathlon, part of a series, Grimm's Fairy Tales. It came out as sections. And then the last day is the closing ceremony, something that you would like to finish in 2024, Grimm's Fairy Tales. So I will get 3, hopefully, solid days on Grimm's, and I don't know, I'm close-ish, but I don't know that it'll be a finish in 3 days, but it'll give me some good progress towards that goal. So those are my plans for the Olympic stitching. That shirt is still available through the end of July. I know that the Olympic stitching goes into August the 11th. I just had that open, but I believe it's August the 11th is closing ceremony. But I'm just making it available for the month of July. By the time I get through, even if you order on the last day of July, like you're probably going to get it after the Olympics are done. Maybe before, but I'm at like a 2.5 week processing time right now. only really slowing down because the amount of orders. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's not a bad thing, but also just the fatigue is I'm not able to get in as many work hours as I would like to. So I did enlist some help. I cut out a whole bunch of all of the shirts that needed to be pressed, took them with me to Melina's house, and Melina weeded all of those, and I was able to bring them back home, and so that was a tremendous help. And then when I got home, I've been enlisting my son to help me too. So trying to get there. But thank you to everybody who's ordered, and it's not a bad problem to have too many orders at all. What else was there to talk about? I haven't done a Flosstuber shout out in a while. I have not forgotten. I know I have done a couple, but I will be, I'm not prepared for it this week. And in all honesty, I'm sweating. Just talking to y'all. Oh, a hummingbird. Oh, hummingbird in my yard. It just flew past. Okay, anyways, being upright and talking to y'all is a little extra work right now today. I'm sweating, and my heart monitor keeps yelling at me. It's like, you've spent 16 minutes in your overexertion zone. Consider taking a break. I'm like, okay. So we're gonna make this short, sweet little recap here, and we'll hopefully dive into more of the magical haul, bring back a Flosstuber shout out next week, and hopefully have lots of stitching to show you next week as well. So that's all I've got. There's a ton more I could be telling you, but I'm cutting this short. So I will be back next week, hopefully on Wednesday, but I'm not, as spoons allow. I'm not pushing myself. If it doesn't happen on Wednesday, I'm not beating myself up. I'll see you guys on Thursday or Friday. Whatever happens. I'm rambling. Clearly. I gotta go probably lay back down now. Laugh or cry. Laugh or cry, people. Yeah. Okay, with that, I hope you all have a very magical stitchy week. And for now, mischief managed. Bye.